All right, if we're going to talk about one of the greatest fight cards of all time, let's just bring in the greatest fighter of all time, Georges St-Pierre. Did you watch
Well,
the action over the weekend?
I did watch the last three fights.
Okay, come on. Am I exaggerating when I tell you? I must admit, I have a very short-term memory in this sport because I am a big fan. But this strikes me as one of the great nights of fighting in memory.
That was it was like a lot of up and down, and it was like, especially the last three fights, Diaz, Pettis, Romero, Costa, and Cormier, Miocic was amazing.
All right, well, let's start in order. Romero versus Costa. Did you know that Costa was that good?
No, I did not. I didn't know what to expect, and because sometimes when you see two very powerful guy fighting each other, and you expect to be an amazing fight, sometimes it's a boring fight, you know. So I didn't put my expectation too high like everybody else did, but it was amazing.
Does Costa become the number one contender out of that? I mean, it would look, if you stare at that division at names, I got to think he's probably awaiting the winner of Izzy and Whitaker.
I would agree. I can't see who else. The Gastelum is still in there, but yeah, I think it is. I can't see who else could be the new kids on the block. You know what I mean?
Sure. So as we move up and we go into, so what was next? It was Pettis versus Diaz. First off,
Wow.
tell me if you could tell this as a fan watching at home, but could you tell how much that crowd was into Diaz? Did that come through on the telecast?
Yeah, he's amazing character because he's so authentic. You know, he's not, he doesn't care about the what he says, and he's very authentic guy. You know, now it's the Conor McGregor era, and you see a lot of guys try to mimic other guys that are more successful in terms of their platform. They wanted to become bigger, and it doesn't work for a lot of them because they're not authentic. But Nate Diaz is very authentic. You know, he's a unique person, a unique character, and that's why people love him so much. He's so authentic, and what a comeback! I think after 3 years, I was not expecting that. I was like, I think he looked better than he ever did. It was amazing.
That's what
It
I
was
thought too.
amazing.
I thought that same
Yeah.
thing. And you always hear about ring rust, but the other side of that coin is sometimes a guy rests his body, and more importantly, George, sometimes a guy's mind just is
Yeah.
clear. His mind isn't tired. He hasn't sat around and thought about fighting all day, every day, and those breaks help. That's very rare when that happens, but it appears that that's what
I
happened.
agree. We're such extreme athlete that we need to live these extreme, have these extreme feeling during our life. So a lot of guys, you see, when they take times off, they get into drugs, depression, alcohol, and all sort of problem. And I was afraid that Nate Diaz would not have come back the same, would not the same, and he did not that he came back the same. He came back even better than he was before. It was amazing, and it's at 170. It's not 155, so it's just show you how good he is. It was amazing.
Yeah, no, I had the same impression. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, he actually called you out after the fight on ESPN.
Oh,
Now, I was there with him when he called you out. I said, Nate, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm getting this clear. Are you calling Georges St-Pierre out? And he said, yes, I am. I'm calling George out. But here, I have to finish this. He said, yes, I am. I am calling George out to fight Nick.
my
He's been
God
on this Nick.
damn.
He's been on this Nick versus George. He's never let that go. So he called you out, but he
Yeah.
called you out for his brother.
I think I'm gonna. I think this guy gonna hate me until the day I die. It's unbelievable.
A grudge is a hell of a
Uh,
thing, George. It's hard to get over.
look, man. I know he doesn't like me, and he looked for to get me all the time. But man, I genuinely like the guy. To tell you the truth, if I would see him in the trouble in a situation of trouble, and I would be the only person that can help him, I will go help him.
Sure.
And I'm not. I don't think it would be the other way around. But I don't know what to say. I mean, he's one of my biggest adversary. Even if we only fought once, we had we're kind of a very different personality. You know, I think that's why the clash of the personality that makes it very interesting. You know, but Man, I'm retired now. I feel I don't want to go back and fight Nate Diaz. I wish him the best of luck and in his pursuit for the title if that's what he wanted to do. But I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I mean, his brother Nick Diaz. It's not interesting for me. It has nothing I can gain from that. There's the risk is not worth the
Sure,
reward.
it's been done, right? It's been done.
It's been done. It's not only that. Even if it would have been done, but it would be some sort of reward in terms of legacy or anything. Like there's nothing good that can come out of it. If even if I win, and it would be, I think the odds will favor me. People will make me the favorite for the fight. They will expect me to win, and if I lose, it will be a complete disaster. So, and in terms, I don't want to put myself into another training camp. I'll make all those sacrifice of a 3-month training camp for that type of fight.
Sure.
It's not interesting. It's not worth it for me.